Okay, right, welcome everyone. Welcome to Wisdom Wednesday. Here we are in Poppy's room, and it's story time Wisdom Wednesday. I've also this week just started a Mindfulness Monday, and we have a guest appearance. We have Daisy joining us today as well. Would you like to say hello to everyone, Daisy?
Hello.
Daisy asked, what is it? So, if you're joining us for the first time, we are reading The Empty Hand, a karate word book. It's not like a story that you're not going to understand jump in now, and then go back and watch the previous ones and catch us next week for the next one. So this is a really good book. It breaks a chapter, I suppose, a page to a word to a meaning, and we are on page 18. There is a picture on one side and then the text on the other side, and the picture we're learning is the greater meaning, isn't it, of some of the Japanese words. So it's a karate word book, The Empty Hand, to expand our knowledge and the depth of wisdom within the karate, the martial arts. So, gi is a phonic character. It developed originally from the character for chopsticks. I never knew that. From there, the more abstract meanings of to take, to attach, and to put on emerged and were assigned to an intermediary character. Maybe I got that right. Finally, the character gi was invented and assigned the more restricted meanings to put on, in brackets, wear clothing, or clothing. All three characters are pronounced the same in Chinese. Interesting. So, previous characters have been two words, have been two parts. This one is a single character. So you're going to sit back with me, Poppy, or are you comfy there? You comfy there. So, what is gi? Actually, gi is not an independent word in Japanese. It is a suffix or a part of a compound word that means clothing. When the Japanese refer to the uniform worn during karate class, they call it either karate gi, karate clothing, or kiko gi, practice clothing. Most people who do not speak Japanese, however, refer to it simply as gi. Keiko, I think I pronounced that wrong, keiko gi. Karate gi are traditionally made of cotton, though it is common nowadays to see gi made of polyester. Although today gis come in a wide variety of designs and colours, the first ones were simple and white, symbolising purity. Even if your school does not stipulate white as the colour of your gi, keep in mind that the appearance of your uniform is, to a great extent, a reflection of your practice of karate. An expertly executed technique can look sloppy if the gi is wrinkled and dirty. In contrast, a clean, bright gi can add a vivid crispness to your punches and kicks. Many schools also display their crest on the gi, usually on the left breast, close to the lapel. If your school does this, make it a reminder that your actions in public will always reflect back on your school. If you show poor sportsmanship at a tournament, for example, you will affect people's impression, not just of yourself, but also of your school. The same is true when you are wearing street clothes. If people discover you are studying karate, your actions will reflect on karate. So be sure your conduct is always appropriate. Make the crest on your gi a reminder of this lesson. Probably the part of the gi that receives the most attention is the belt, the colour of which indicates the amount of karate skill and knowledge the student has acquired. Colours range from white to black. The lighter colours, such as yellow and orange, indicate a student has just started training, while the darker colours, such as blue, purple or brown, make the more advanced students. A black belt, as you know, indicates a high level of expertise. Remember, however, that what is important is not the belt itself, but the skill and knowledge it represents. Unfortunately, students often become too distracted by the colour of their belt and start to want to attain one rank after another as fast as they can. Keep in mind that attaining belts is not a race. Concentrate more on perfecting your skill and the belts will come naturally. After all, if it is just a belt that you want, you can always go to a store and buy yourself one. Keep your gi clean. Also treat it respectfully by folding it properly before putting it away. If you do not know how to fold your gi, ask your instructor. Take care of your gi and it will always keep you looking your best as you master those impressive kicks and punches. So, interesting. So once again, we find something that is far more meaningful than just a word, okay, the depth of it. So what did you learn about gi then, Poppy? What is gi?
I don't know.
Well, that's what we just chatted about on this. It's your uniform. Your gi is what you wear to train in, isn't it? What do you call it? Your karate outfit, your karate clothes is your gi. And you have to wear it in a respectful way. It reflects you and your school. She was listening, really. Okay, so we were aiming to get a couple of pages in. So the next phonic is Dan. The right side shows a hand holding a big stick or branch. Together they express the meaning of breaking an object into large pieces. From that came the idea of steps or stages. The element on the left indicates the character's pronunciation. So again, it's a single phonic character. There you go. And Dan. So Poppy, what is Dan?
I don't know.
Yeah, we haven't read it yet, so should we read it? Okay, you want to give some input or should we read it first?
I want to get some input.
You want to give some input? Go on then.
So, what a most important thing about a dojo, keeping safe. You don't tip when you don't tip where you're going into a wall. Paul, we got a big wall and that really big.
Yeah, you don't want to kick the wall, okay? Yeah, very, very safe. Right, what is Dan? Many people who are not very familiar with martial arts think that after receiving a black belt, there's nothing left to attain in karate. Nikolai, nice to see you. Okay, hope all is well in Germany. And hope you're keeping well. We look forward to seeing you in the near future. Nikolai knows about the meaning of a Dan as well. Who else have we got on there? Claire, hi, your nanny. And David George as well. I can just see on there. Nice to see you all joining us today.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so, where did I get to? You may, however, have heard those with black belts refer to themselves as a first Dan or higher. Right, let's leave that for a moment. You're making me giddy moving around. So let's listen to this. Refer to themselves as a first Dan or higher. As this indicates, black belts have varying degrees, and attaining your first one is just the beginning. The ideogram Dan, which was on that page that I just showed you, means level or step. A stairway is called a keidan, or series of steps in Japanese. The various Dan of black belts therefore reflects various steps or levels of proficiency after attaining the black belt. Incidentally, Dan are assigned in a variety of Japanese disciplines, and in most cases these degrees of attainment are not symbolised by different colours, belts or costumes. A Japanese chess expert, for example, will be ranked with a Dan, though he or she does not wear a traditional uniform. I never knew that. Look, we're learning lots with this book. The number 1 is called ich, or ichi in Japanese. See the appendix for the list of all numbers. We'll do the appendix one day. The first level of the black belt, however, is not called Ich-Dan, but Shodan. This is interesting. Oh, remember this with kata practice. The numbers 2 and 3 are Ni and San, respectively. And the second and third levels are, as you would expect, called Ni-Dan and San-Dan. Why is only the first level different? In fact, the ideogram show means first or beginning. The same ideogram is used to express the idea of the first sunrise of the year. For example, it is also found in the word for beginner. The use of the word shodan, first or beginning dan, for the first stage of the black belt shows that in Japan, the student who has only achieved shodan is still considered a beginner. A very different awareness than that found in the West, where so much importance is placed on the black belt as a final goal. But once you truly realise the depth of knowledge and the skill that can be acquired through karate, you also realise that a few years required to attain your first black belt are really just the beginning. On the other hand, a wonderful thing about karate is that a limitless number of black belts can be given out. Many things in life, from the number of new job openings at a prestigious company to the number of medals at the Olympics, are limited, and some people will not attain these goals, no matter how hard they try. There is no such limit to karate. As long as a student practices diligently, sooner or later he or she will receive a black belt. Whether or not you will attain a dan, and how much further you develop beyond shodan, depends entirely on your commitment and effort. So, wowee. Some depth to dan there. Will blow your mind emoji. So, Poppy, what is a dan?
A dan.
She took it in, I'm sure she did. She's like a sponge, this one. Daisy, what's a dan?
It's a strike, almost like a stripe on your belt, but it's imprinted on it, and then it shows how good you are.
The story continues. We've got lots of different words you might not have even heard of coming up. Okay, so I hope everyone's keeping well. We will continue the Wisdom Wednesday next week, won't it? Because that's when the next Wednesday is. That's actually rude, Poppy. That way, it's the other way round. You do peace. That way. Okay. Oh, looks like Raj just joined us as well. Hello, Raj. These are all saved. They're all put on our YouTube for easy to find. So, sharing the martial arts love. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace out.